Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we shall discuss about few more important questions based on electric flux and Gauss theorem. After this lecture, the chapter 1 will be completed, and for this chapter, this is the last lecture. The question number 1 is, if E is equal to 6I plus 3J plus 4K, calculate electric flux through a surface of area 20 units in YZ plane. The answer of the question number 1 is, the electric field intensity is given to us, E is equal to 6I plus 3J plus 4K, and area of the surface is 20 in YZ plane, and we know that the direction of area is perpendicular to the YZ plane, and perpendicular of YZ plane is x-axis, means I units. And when we want to calculate the electric flux, we know that phi E is equal to E dot A. The dot product of electric field intensity is 6I plus 3J plus 4K dot 20I. We know that in dot product we multiply only the coefficients of I and I. 120, value of I dot I is equal to 1 into units. And the value of I and J is 0, and the multiplication of I and K is 0. So the value of electric flux will be 120 units. And we know that electric flux is a scalar quantity, so no need to show the directions. So again I am explaining, the value of E is given to us, the value of area 20 units is given to us, and it exists in the plane of YZ plane, means the direction of area will be perpendicular to the YZ plane, that means x-axis, means I plane. Now the question number 2. The answer of question number 2, calculate the number of electric line of forces originating a charge of 1 coulomb. Number of electric line of forces, we know that this is the electric flux, and from Gauss theorem the value of charge is given to us 1 coulomb, and according to Gauss theorem, the electric flux is equal to integral E dot dA for a Gauss theorem summation Q upon epsilon naught. This is the net outward flux, and this is the number of electric line of forces. By the definition of electric flux, the value of Q is equal to 1 coulomb, and epsilon naught 8.85 into 10 raised to the power minus 12. So the value will be 1.129 into 10 raised to the power 11 will be the electric flux. The unit of electric flux is Newton into meter square upon coulomb, and the number of electric line of forces originating from 1 coulomb charge will be 1.129 into 10 raised to the power 11. This is the Newton into meter square upon coulomb, and number of electric line of forces will be 1.129 into 10 raised to the power 11. This is the answer of the second question. So the number of electric line of forces originating from the charge Q is 1.129 into 10 to the power 11 from the Gauss theorem. Now we shall discuss about the question number 3. Calculate the electric flux through each of 6 faces of a closed cube of each side A if the charge is placed at its center, at one of its face, at one of its edges, and at one of its vertices. So here the question number 1, according to this we consider a cube this is a cube of each side A and a charge is placed at its center. So this cube encloses the charge Q, and according to Gauss theorem, the net outward flux from this cube will be summation Q upon epsilon naught, and the charge enclosed by the surface will be Q upon epsilon naught. This is the electric flux linked with the 6 faces, 1, 2 and 4 surfaces, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6 faces. So the electric flux of each of one face is equal to phi E by 6. The electric flux linked with all 6 faces will be Q upon epsilon naught according to Gauss theorem, and for each face will be 1 by 6, means Q upon 6 epsilon naught. This will be the answer of the first part of the question. Now we move to the second part of the question, number 3, and for the case we consider the charge exists on the one of its face. Again we consider a cube and we imagine that the charge exists at this face, and if we want to calculate or apply the Gauss theorem, we should imagine another cube from this. This is the charge, and we again imagine another cube upon this, so that this charge is completely enclosed by these 2 cubes. So the net outward flux from these 2 cubes will be, according to Gauss theorem, phi E is equal to Q upon epsilon naught, and this is the considering the 2 cubes, and phi dash is equal to, for each cube, phi E by 2 means Q upon 2 epsilon for this cube. And now for this surface, you can give the name A, B, C, D. For this face or surface, the phi A, B, C, D will be is equal to 0, because this charge exists on this face, so the net outward flux through this face A, B, C, D will be is equal to 0, and for the remaining 5 faces, 1, 2, 3, 4 and the lower one face, these 5 faces will be is equal to phi double dash is equal to phi dash upon phi. So it will be is equal to Q upon 2 epsilon naught for this cube, and multiplied by 1 upon 5 or divided by 5. So Q upon 10 epsilon naught will be the electric flux linked with the each of these 5 surfaces, and electric flux through this surface A, B, C, D will be is equal to 0. Now we move to the third part of the question. In this, the charge exists on its one face, one edge. And again we consider so we imagine the charge on this edge, and in this A, B, C, D, E and F. So the similar method will be used. First of all, we cover this charge completely by the 4 cubes, just like that. This is a cube given to us, and this is the charge. To cover this charge, we imagine another cube here. Similarly, now this cube is this charge is covered from this side. Now to cover the completely, we imagine so these are the 4 cubes, 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes, covers this charge of edge completely. So the electric flux linked with these 4 cubes will be is equal to phi is equal to q upon epsilon naught, and electric flux through 1 cube phi dash is equal to 5 by 4. This is due to whole 4, and this is by 1 cube, so q 5 by 4, and it will be is equal to q upon 4 epsilon naught. Again, this charge touches these two surfaces, phi A, B, C, D, and the another one C, D, E, F. So the electric flux linked with these two surfaces, which are touched by the charge, will be is equal to 0, and then due to the 4 remaining faces of the cube, the flux will be q upon 4 epsilon naught. So the value of each remaining faces of the cube phi double dash will be is equal to phi dash by 4, means 1 by 4 into q upon 4 epsilon naught, means 1 upon 16 q upon epsilon naught will be the electric flux linked with the surfaces, this one, this surface, and this surface, which do not touch the charge, or not touched by the charge. So the electric flux linked with the surface touched by the charge will be 0, and for the remaining, for each phase, 1 upon 16 q upon epsilon. Now we shall consider the last case of the electric flux, and it will be this one. The D part will be is equal to at one of its vertices, and about the vertices means the charge is given to us in this at this vertex. The charge exists, and in order to cover this vertex, charge of vertex, we have to imagine the 4 cubes at lower part and 4 cubes at upper part. So there are 8 cubes are required to enclose this charge at vertices completely. and this will be done by this way. This is the charge, and if we want to cover this, we again imagine a new cube. So these two cubes, now we imagine two cubes, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So in this manner there are 4 cubes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now in order to cover from upper side, we again imagine 4 cubes. So in this manner, there are 4 and 4, 8 cubes completely covers the charge at vertex. So the value of flux phi is equal to Q upon epsilon naught, and it is for the 8 cubes. And now for each cube, means this one, phi dash is equal to 1 by 8 Q upon epsilon. Now this charge touches the 3 faces of the cube, just like that, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So the 3 faces which are touched by the charge are A, B, C, D. This is touched by the charge A, B, C, D is equal to the second A, B, G, F. The third face B, C, G, H. This face is also touched by this charge B, C, G, H, and due to all these, the net electric flux will be equal to 0, and the remaining 3 faces of which are not touched by this charge will be is equal to phi, this surface EFGH is equal to CDEH is equal to CDEH and ADEF. ADEF will be is equal to the 1/3 of this part, means the value can be calculated at this point. According to this, 1/3 Q upon 8 epsilon naught. So the value will be 1/24 Q upon 8 epsilon naught will be the answer of the 4th part of this question. So in order to apply the Gauss theorem, we should cover the given charge completely. If it is already covered, then we consider the directly for the cube, and if we add the one face, then the electric flux linked with the touched face will be is equal to 0, and for the remaining 5 we can calculate the value, and in this manner we can calculate the electric flux due to this. Now we shall discuss about the question number 4. The answer of the question number 4, a charge Q is given to us 17.7 into 10⁻⁻⁴ coulomb, is uniformly distributed over a large sheet of area 200 meter square calculate the electric field intensity at a distance of 20 centimeter from it in air. So first of all, a charge is given to us, Q is equal to 17.7 into 10 to the power minus 4. The value of area will be 200 meter square and a distance R is given to us 20 centimeter. So first of all, we know that for the sheet E is equal to sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. For the sheet, the value of electric field intensity, a charge of 17.7 into this is uniformly distributed over a large sheet of area 200. Calculate the electric field intensity at a distance 20 centimeter from it in air. So we shall calculate the value of sigma. Sigma is equal to Q upon A. The value of Q is 17.7 into 10 raised to the power minus 4 upon 200 means 8.85 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 coulomb per meter square. This is the electric field intensity. Q upon A 17.7 into 10 to the power minus 4 into 200. This is the value of sigma, and in order to calculate the electric field intensity, at a distance 20 centimeter from it in air, and the value will be is equal to E is equal to sigma upon epsilon. The value of sigma is 8.85 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 upon 8.85 into 10 raised to the power minus 12 according to Gauss theorem, and the value where we covers this sheet from the value, and the value will be 10 raised to the power 6 Newton per Coulomb. This is the answer. A charge of 17.7 into 10 to the power minus 5 coulomb is uniformly distributed over a large sheet of area 200 meter square. Calculate the electric field intensity at a distance of 20 centimeter from it. The value is never depends upon the distance, so 20 centimeter is not used in the answering the question. And now we shall discuss about the question number 5. A particle of mass 9 into 10 to the power minus 5 gram is kept over a large horizontal sheet of surface charge density. The value of mass of charge is given to us 9 into 10 to the power minus 5 gram, and we shall convert it into kilogram. 9 into 10 raised to the power minus 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 kilogram. Horizontal sheet, a charge of density 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 5 coulomb per meter square will be the value of sigma. What charge should be given to the particle so that the released it does not fall. This is a sheet just like that. A charge is placed on this. If it is released, it never falls. Means it will experience a force QE and it should be equal to mg. So QE is equal to mg, and value of Q is equal to Q into sigma upon 2 epsilon naught is equal to mg, or Q is equal to 2 mg epsilon naught upon sigma. So 2 Mass of particle is 9 into 10 raised to minus 8. Value of G is 9.8. Value of epsilon naught 8.85 into 10 raised to the power minus 12 upon the value of sigma is 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 5 coulomb per meter, and the value will be is equal to 3.12 into 10 raised to the power minus 13 coulomb. This will be the value of the charge. So these are the few more questions related to the electric flux and Gauss theorem.